Welcome back inside the Royal Crown Academic School, where the announcement of the All-Stars are being announced, I should say. JJ Evison, Sydney Holmes, as we run through Team Fire, starting with the ONLX team. We've got Ann Arbor, Anna Sleep, and Maria Arkvarn. Moving over to the St. Thomas Shock, number 2, Irene Wiggin, Ella Ambrose, and Maisie McClure. Now, Irene Wiggin, one of those players that kind of catches your eye on both sides of the ball. She reminds me a lot of, actually, you want to know, we'll leave it for the game time. I want to see you see her play a little bit. She reminds me of somebody in the OSBA. Team Ontario gold medalist. Tenacious on both sides of the ball. All-Stars from the Saints, Peyton Zinnick, Brielle Poirier, and Daphne Northcott. So opponents just minutes ago, Daphne Northcott now getting to play with Anna Sleep. I want to see that big 1-2 punch and how that can turn into some offense. In the championship game coming up at 4 o'clock, they might not get a lot of minutes. We see the All-Stars from Team Police from PDM not even wearing basketball shoes. But rounding out the All-Stars for Team Fire, Ruth Adesanya, Baron Buyukaral, and Katarina Sakiri. So Team Fire, obviously representing the Fire Services. Head coach, Alyssa Wolf, the guest coach here. And there we are, all our starters and All-Stars, Team Fire, announced. Alyssa Wolf from Pickering, Ontario, part of the Fire Services. Played university ball. Plenty of experience with the maple leaf on her chest. Playing for Team Canada. Played in the NCAA. Definitely somebody not only to look up to in terms of basketball, but also, you know, community-driven person that represents Ontario well. So Team Fire wearing the white G Elite All-Star uniforms with the purple trim. As we get the Team Police All-Stars announced. For the Lions, Ava Ninehouse, Trisha Van Reenen, and Willa Ciaprelis. Just saw the Huskies on a tough defeat earlier today.
Hard-fought battle to come from that game, and they were so ever close. But unfortunately, PDM did punch their team into the finals that we'll see after this All-Star game here.
So for the Huskies, Danica Fernley, Jalen Mikulski, and Claire Adam, your 3 All-Stars from North Toronto. From the Vitus, Sophie Beauchart, Rachel Farrell, and Ashley Armstrong. So a trio of players from each team being given All-Star honors. For the Pelham Panthers, Lydia Roach, Taylor Wilton, and Madeline Beatty. Wilton averaged 4 steals per game this season. So you got to work hard on both sides of the ball if you're going to get the All-Star nod. Lastly, the 3 players from BDM. Coco Sam. Oh, she did put on the basketball shoes.
She did. It was, maybe a minute before we started this that all 3 PDM athletes didn't have a basketball shoe up anywhere.
Slips.
So we were under the assumption that they weren't playing. Obviously, would make a lot of sense. Limited minutes for sure in this game for both championship teams. But you know what? The shoes are on now.
The 3 All-Stars from PDM, Patty Gillia, Coco Sam, and Ava Ignatov. Head coach, Jordania Rock. representing the police. Rock played at the Olympic level. Another great role model for these young hoopers who clearly all have a passion for basketball. A couple of individual awards to be handed out here as well. We've got the all defensive team. We've got the defensive player of the year and the MVP. Anthony Bennett heading onto the court. Ontario basketball here to give out some awards. Not in the All-Star game, but awarded with an all-defensive team. McSweeney has vacated the gym. Oh, I think Dad's coming over to accept that award on her behalf. Katrina Miller from the Tecumseh Saints just suffered a tough loss in that last game to ONLX.
Oh, she's running in now.
Running in. Here's her name called. She's coming in from the lobby, all defensive team for Miller. And she had a good defensive performance. Was tasked with stopping and asleep, and did a good job until she fouled out, because that's a tough task.
It was a fantastic effort, and it makes total sense of why she's being given the award for the all defensive team. Phenomenal defense.
Then from the St. Thomas Shock, our only all-star on the all-defensive team will be awarded here momentarily as Anthony Bennett sees off the second all-defensive team. Maisie McClure wearing number 6 here for Team Police, awarded the all-defensive team. Will that show up in an all-star game? I guess we'll see. All-star game at the NBA level, the WNBA level, a little bit different than the G Elite level. This, promises to be a pretty tenacious battle, you'd think.
I always loved all-star games for the pure fact of it's the top players in the entire league from separate teams all coming together to play against each other in like a final battle, if you will. So it's always interesting to see how it kind of shakes out and how they compete against each other.
Erica Thorne from ONLX, who will play
tenacious.
the championship game. Yes, she was. She had 2 fouls early in that game against the Saints, and then didn't pick up her third until the fourth quarter. Shuffles her feet exceptionally well. Good on-ball defender, good help side defender. Gets in the passing lanes. Well-earned all-defensive team. One more all-defensive team member coming up from PDM, who will also be in the championship game. Claire Smith jumps off the bench.
Jumps out of her shoes, actually, too.
In the stands, puts on the slides, approaches half court to accept that award. Claire Smith, the 5th and final all-defensive team for the G Elite Junior Division. As they get a picture at center court, then in front of the G Elite banner here. Now that all that's left to give is the MVP, defensive coach of the year as well.
Now let's call to meet your junior all teams third, second.
We're going to go from third, second, and first team all-stars. So Rachel Farrell, Oakville Vetus, the first third team all-star announced. Oakville unable to get by the competition yesterday. They won the play-in game against Lambden 56-50, but then lost to PDM 44-28. Great season for Farrell, who earned this All-Star.
Next up from the North Zone, let's see. For
Jalen Mikulski of the North Toronto Huskies, coach's daughter, third-team All-Star, also playing here for Team Police. What did you like from her game earlier today?
She just never stopped moving. There was a certain time for the Huskies where their play almost became a little stagnant. But she was always rotating off ball, making those good cuts to the basket. And honestly, it's what allowed her team to truly remain competitive against PDM. So kudos to her, especially given the award.
Ava Ignatov, the third-team All-Star, announced, averaged 3.4 steals per game in the regular season. She fouled out of that last game. Defense, tough place to hang your hat, but a lot of these girls, that's where they start. And they learn the game, turn that defense into offense. Madeline Beatty from Pelham, another third-team All-Star.
And someone's running on to accept it on her behalf. You know, you talk about obviously fouling out in those big moments in big games. That stays with you. And that's one of those things where you so desperately don't want to let your team down. And even so, if let's just say your team ends up with the win, even if you were fouled out, it's not a good feeling. You want to always be accessible to your team in order to kind of put out your best product. So the only saving grace in those situations is that you make that mistake and you'll never do it again.
Maria Arnfarn, again, averaging over 10 points per game in the regular season.
And that will conclude our junior all-G elite third team. Got the second team announcement coming up in just a couple seconds here.
The first second-team All-Star announced from the Shock, Ella Ambrose. Well-deserved, great season for St. Thomas. Though they didn't make it to the finals, they did have a great game yesterday. St. Thomas Shock losing to ONLX 55-44. Of course, ONLX in that championship game now. So if you're going to lose to somebody, it might as well be a champion level team.
Exactly. Speaking of ONLX, they actually hold the next spot. Ann Arbor getting selected for the second team All-Star.
Arbor, again, another 10-plus point per game performance this season for ONLX. They've got a handful of scorers. Arbor also averaging 2.5 assists per game, so playmaker and a scorer. Lydia Roach from the Pelham Panthers, the third second-team All-Star. 2 more slots remaining. Roach, 3.1 steals per game, another defensive-minded player who understands the importance of extra possessions and creating turnovers.
Poirier was, from start to finish, an absolute fiend on the basketball floor. I mean, not only in those offensive rebounds, those putbacks, defensively, she was very consistent, staying on her man, getting to where she needed to be. So this is definitely not a surprise to see her selected for the second team, but unfortunate that they coming off of a recent loss for them. But it was a fantastic game for her, and I expect nothing better than her coming out of next season.
Patty Julia, an unbelievable performance in that semifinal game that we witnessed not too long ago. An incredible second half. Scoring in bunches.
And with Julia, she will close out the second team, and we're now headed to the coveted Junior All-G Elite first team announcements here. And the first, yet again, is going to be St. Thomas Shock pick.
First up, from St. Thomas,
Again, Irene Wiggin, great display yesterday. 5 steals in the contest. They ended up losing to ONLX, but she was great on both sides of the ball. And again, once we get into this game, she's going to trigger some, names from the OSBA that she reminds me of, I know for sure, and I'm hoping that you can get to that same wavelength because it is all uphill from here for Wiggin. She's tenacious. She sees the floor really well, understands spacing as well.
And her speed at which she's able to operate at is just next.
No surprise here.
No.
Daphne Northcott absolutely went off in the second half for the Saints, unable to lift her team to a victory, but 25 points in a close contest semifinal. She's done it all year long. 12 points per game, rebounding, blocks, almost 2 blocks per game, and 10 rebounds as well. So another double-double average.
She was able to read, and she became such a strong vocal leader in that third quarter of her game today. So kudos to her. Fantastic effort. And again, fantastic effort to make that first team.
Claire Adam, 10 points, 2 blocks per game. Understands her size and length and how that can be beneficial. Lastly, Anna Sleep, arguably the best player in the league. At a grade 9, is a first-team all-star. Knows how to do it in all areas of the court. Playmaking from the free throw line, finishing around the rim. Assist numbers are up as well. If this is just a glimpse into her future as a hooper here in Ontario, I'm excited to be part of that story.
The way her on-ball activity is sensational, off-ball activity is clinical, and you know that as soon as she has that ball down low, it's going in, and that just comes from consistency. It comes from her consistency in training, and her level of expertise at this young of an age is just next to none. Got the of the Year awards coming up next year.
Begin things with the Defensive Player of the Year, then the MVP, then the Coach of the Year. Averaging 2.4 blocks per game. It's Claire Smith from PDM. Had a great performance in that semifinal game, and they'll have to lean on her defense in the championship game if PDM's going to get past OLNX.
She was just a constant threat, constant body.
Those jerseys give me a little bit of a headache.
Well, just like how this song is right now, like the little stutter. Exactly what the logo's giving me right now, but it's okay.
I thought I needed to get my eyes checked. Next up, the most valuable player, G Elite Junior Division.
A player who could arguably play sensational defense as well as offense. But her offensive ability has just been next to none. We saw that today, and we're going to see that in the final game as well.
Their abilities to rise to the occasion, make game-changing plays, leading their team to success, has left an incredible mark on their program. And now, your G-Elite Junior Girls Most Valuable Player of the
MVP award goes to none other than ONLX.
Main coaches, Coach Tamara Nemhard, which she is quintessential lead coach, and honestly, it leads into what head coach Berth adopted in his team. It's adaptability. We saw exactly in the recent game that we saw the Saints perform at. No time was he stressed, was he nervous, was he wavering in his ability to coach his team. There was no set play that the Saints came up against that OLNX showed them that he didn't have a counter to. And I think that's the quintessential epitome of Coach of the Year,
So
your
here he is,
adaptability.
Coach Firth, the Tecumseh Saints, did a great job getting his team to the semifinal, unable to overcome ONLX. Well-deserved. He's composed, under pressure. He knows the strength of his teams, and he pushes his players to be better every single day. Now with that out of the way, let's get the inaugural GLE Junior Division All-Star Game set. It'll be just like every other GLE Junior game, 10-minute quarters, 4 quarters. I don't expect to see a lot of Ann Arbor, Anasleep, Maria, Arkvarn, or Patty, Julia, Coco Sam, or Ava Egentov, given that they have the championship game at 4 o'clock. As we get a big huddle here, and this is part of what I love about, youth basketball is the sense of community, the camaraderie, just you don't see it at all levels of basketball, and once you get away from it, it's hard to get back, right?
I love how we have the ability to showcase the talent at all levels. And I think it's fantastic. And you know what? I'm very excited for the game up ahead.
We still got 10 minutes on the warm-up clock. We will step aside and be back with tip-off here at the Royal Crown Academic School. It's the GLE Junior Division All-Star Game, the very first ever. Stick with us. Welcome back inside the Royal Crown Academic School for the very first ever GLE Junior Division All-Star Game. JJ Evison alongside the smallest power forward to ever play the game, Sydney Holmes. Drenadio Rock right in front of the camera here, head coach of Team Police in the black uniforms, taking on Team Fire in the white uniforms. 10-minute quarters, 4 of them in total. The All-Star Game, jump off and asleep. In the center circle, pushes it forward, but it's corralled by Ava Ninehouse, who quickly finds Claire Adam of the Husky. Perimeter ball movement, looking down low, last touched by Ann Arbor, correction. So it looks like OLNX are going to get their minutes out of the way early and then perhaps sit on the bench today because they have a finals game at 4 o'clock. Nice dive to the rack, couldn't get it to go. It was Lydia Roach, second team All-Star. Stepping through, not there, and asleep. Gets it over the timeline. Katarina Sakiri, top side. Sleep has it, nice give and go. A little too strong, knocked out of bounds. Ruth Adesanya from the Lords couldn't finish the play.
Like you said, JJ, I don't expect to see many minutes played for the players representing the 2 teams that are in the championship after this one. But also, too, they still want to play hard and they want to play some good basketball, so I do expect them to try their hardest once they're out there.
This is one of those games that could be a pass-first type of game where everybody's looking for everybody else. Somebody needs to say, give me the ball, I want to score, right? All the way back top side. Claire Adam fouled on the way up. So Claire Adam at the free throw line from the North Toronto Huskies. First team All-Star. The second rattles through, and we have opened the scoring this afternoon at the 1-minute mark. Team Fire looking to get on the board. Adesanya blocked. Gets the steal, unable to keep it alive to her own team. Adam ahead, extra pass. A little too strong and asleep. Looking for Adesanya. On the run, 1-2 step left hand off glass. No, gets her own rebound. The putback will fall through for Adesanya. The near side. Shot is off the mark from Taylor Wilton of the Pelham Panthers. Rebounded out on the run is Katarina Sakiri. Sakiri into the lane, off glass and through. In the corner. And asleep, going for the reach. Turning the corner, getting to the rack, off the glass. And it's good for Lydia Roach. Blocked by Adam. Fighting for the loose ball. Hounded at the timeline. Wide open on the far side. Another easy lay-in. That's Ava Ninehouse getting on the board. Team Police back on the hunt, have 5 here at the scorer's table, ready to check in. Playing 5 out, back cut. Missed the lay-in. Who's going to fight for the loose ball? It'll be Team Fire coming away with it.
Team
Ripped
Police,
away.
Their offense, they're always looking for that back door, but it's a solid effort, especially the small bit of team chemistry that they have for players who haven't usually played together is pretty cool.
Mikulski with the block on Sleep on the backside. That one no good. Sleep out and on the run. Nice bounce pass in the pocket, but unable to come away with any points as we see 5 in and 5 out from both sides. Baseline out of bounds. Oh, and they are just out and on the run. Swatted away on the big hustle play. Baron Buyukaral from the Lords gets back to deny that attempt. Good perimeter ball movement. Van Reenen going to reset at the top. Beauchart working down the right-hand side. Gets it back on the dive. Looking for an extra pass. It's there, and it's through Rachel Farrell.
Team Police are getting a lot of those second chance opportunities, rebounds. A solid effort from them so far in this game.
Another block, but the follow-through by Beauchart will send that ball out of bounds. 15 on the shot clock. Keeping it on the perimeter. That was a good dive there by Buyukaral, unable to be found by Maisie McClure, the all-defensive team. Here she is at the top, 3-point, looking for Buyukaral. She's going to dial it from deep, back iron, and that falls into the hands of Madeline Beatty. Beatty keeps it over the timeline. Farrell looking for Beatty. The give and go. Missed with the left hand. Farrell, second chance opportunity. No. Daphne Northcott quickly into the front court. That's McClure. Extra pass. Shot is up and good. Team Fire clawing back into it. And that's Ella Ambrose with the bucket, second team All-Star. Beatty ignores the screen. Farrell actually working in the paint there. Actually, Armstrong gets it to go. The 3-point game. Northcott gets her defender in the air, moves downhill, uses glass, and sees it through. Shot fake, doesn't get the defender to bite. Again, it's the defensive player of the year, or all-team defense, Maisie McClure. The handoff, looking inside, Farrell kicks it back out. 2 seconds on the shot clock, thrown out of bounds. Turnover. Team Fire with a chance to tie, take the lead. McClure on the roll. Knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with Team Fire. Maisie McClure to trigger. Gets it all the way back to Ambrose. Whip, Northcott. Moves into the paint. Keeps the dribble alive. Hands it off. Buyukaral, 1-2 step off the glass. No good. Rachel Farrell with the rebound. Here's Beatty. Dials it from deep. Beatty off the side of the iron and out of bounds. 3:33 left in the opening 10. As we get a single substitution, scratch that. Danica Fernley checking in, part of the Huskies squad. And a trio of Fire players in the game now. Brielle Fourier, Ann Arbor, and Peyton Zinnick. Northcott, 3, front iron, Maisie McClure finds Northcott on the dive. That's no good. Zinnick fighting for the loose ball against 3 black jerseys and gets the jump ball. Possession arrow favoring Team Fire. Good entry pass, just couldn't complete the play. Armstrong gives it up. Extra pass to the corner. Van Reenen misses the mark. Farrell going to kick it back out. Beauchart looking for somebody to give it to. That's a travel. Willa Sopralis into the game for the Team Police. And what does Fire have drawn up here? Stuck one. Oh, turning the corner. No one picks up Zinnick. She misses it. Northcott blocked on the backside. Contact on the arm. And Daphne Northcott, absolutely deadly from the free throw line, will go for a look at 2.
I wonder if that was like a drawn-up play or if that was just basketball IQ at its finest.
Right, she sees the switch happening, decides to keep the rock, turn the corner. Down the stretch in that 4th quarter of the semifinal game that the Saints lost to ONLX, she had 11 points from the free throw line and makes 1 of 2 there. Stuck at the timeline. Here's Northcott with a runway. Left-handed finish. 5 points in the game for Northcott. Lots of good movement here from the Police. Blocked by Northcott. Doing it on both sides of the ball. Same team fighting for the loose ball. Picked up the dribble. Zinnick finds Northcott far side. Extra pass. Distance 3. Back iron. Team Police out and on the run. Danica Fernley hands it off. Armstrong finds Beauchart underneath the basket. Can't complete the play. Feet set. Shot is up. Rims around. Fighting for the loose ball. Fire out and on the run. Poirier going to pull it back.
Good decision from Poirier. No need to force it if you don't have to.
Maisie McClure finds Toomey downhill. Northcott baseline jumper a little too strong. McClure with the rebound. Ann Arbor into the lane, drags that foot just a little, but gets it to go.
I think she released it just at the right time. I think if she held it a touch longer, it would have been a travel.
Armstrong misses on her way hitting the deck. Zinnick ahead to Northcott. Poirier, baseline wide open, off glass and through. 15-9, Team Fire ahead after trailing. Sopralis hands it off. Down on the block, late in the shot clock. Shot clock violation. Good defense from Team Fire. That's going to be taken out on the side. 31 seconds left in the opening 10. Jalen Mikulski, Claire Adam checking back in for Team Police. Zinnick into the front court. Want the screen from McClure. Gets her on the roll. Maisie McClure, right-handed hook shot doesn't go. Second chance blocked at the top by Beauchart.
If I were not here for the first few games and I didn't know that a lot of these girls don't necessarily play with each other on a daily basis, I would come in here and think that these are 2 very competitive teams. The basketball IQ for both of them, I mean, they're setting up plays, both sides. Their defense is good. It's really nice to see the level of talent that you see from both sides when there's not really a drop-off compared to the games that we've seen them play today. They're really competitive with each other.
First quarter is over. Team Fire up 15-9. The Ontario Basketball Association and Rogers and Uptown Wireless are bringing you unbeatable deals on wireless plans. As a valued OBA member, you now have access to exclusive savings on Rogers services, helping you stay connected. Whether you're at home, on the road, or courtside, don't miss out. Visit portal.uptownwireless.ca today to explore your exclusive offers and experience the power of connection with Rogers. Stay connected. Stay in the game. Powered by OBA and Rogers. Daphne Northcott has 5 points to lead all scorers in the contest. Everybody trying to get their name on the board.
The best is our We're about to get on the way to our second quarter. Still anybody game. He's right up one second, the thing from nine. Let's play the basketball.
Team Police have it on the side out to start the second quarter. Claire Adam brings it up. Looking inside, it's not there.
Team Fire opted for a little bit of a zone, is what it's looking like.
Danica Furley steps in from three-point line and drains it. The sixth player on the board for the Team Police. Burnley again. Back iron, no good. Kick back out. A third try. Underneath, tied up. Possession will stay with Team Fire.
They got 10 seconds on the clock.
Inbound pass, quick, and off the backboard for Bucarall. Adam turns. Saves from going into the backcourt. Mikulski, good perimeter movement, stepping in from the three-point line. And that falls for Ashley Armstrong.
Why is it that a lot of them, I mean, it's not that they couldn't hit it from 3 points, but why is it that they're constantly stepping in and then shooting the ball?
I mean, you just get comfortable. That one bounce blocked on the backside by Claire Adam. Sometimes a comfortable shooter is off the one bounce,
Yes,
right?
I
Not
agree.
necessarily a catch and shoot, especially if it's not in the pocket.
Mm-hmm. It's also about fluidity, too, for a lot of shooters, right? I know I played with a lot of players who they had to always either dribble into their shot or step into it. So I can understand it, too.
Good attack baseline, leaving it short. Offensive rebound, no good. Adam with the rebound. Going to let her teammates get into the front court. Another long three. That one's just off the mark. Quickly into the front court. Looking inside for Bucarall. Nice find, couldn't finish. Team Police, it's a 2-on-1. Good handoff, Fernley couldn't finish. It'll stay with Team Police. Rachel Farrell going to check back in. Claire Adam. Nothing's there, going to have to reset at the top. Lydia Roach working on the right-hand side. Bounce pass. Farrell. Got to get it off. They do not. Another shot clock violation again. The result of too many players looking for the pass first.
And I think, too, sometimes you might have a tendency to just pass first, especially in All-Star games. You want to make sure everyone gets a touch. But don't forget, too, like the shot clock is still present.
Wigan hands it off. Top side, the back cut. Bucarall stuck with two. Fading, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, down the basket, and the foul. Second chance. Adesanya with a scoop score. Team Fire ahead by 2. 6:31 left in the opening half. Calculated 3, finds its way through. Jalen Mikulski.
That ball had some hang time. That was a very, very high arc.
Adesanya keeps, takes, misses, gets her own rebound, kicks it back out, passes errant. That's a turnover. Claire Adam into the front court. No one's picking her up. She finds Farrell. Works baseline on Bucaral. Just dismisses her. Can't finish the play. Adesanya with the defensive rebound. Switches direction. Roach does a good job to stay with her there. Deep three.
There's a lot of bank threes going on today, and not just in this All-Star game, and all the games in
they
general.
all count the same. Pass too hot to handle. So you get another pair of substitutions for Team Police. Here's Wiggins with possession. Working to the right, wants the handoff. Buyukaral looking inside, whip pass. Adesanya into the paint, kicks it back. Nothing but nylon for Wiggins.
You mentioned earlier about the likelihood of a lot of PDM players, ONLX players not really getting many minutes. Just kind of pointed out too, Coco Sam has ice on her knee, so she's not going into this game.
No chance she's checking back in.
No.
Irene Wiggins takes an elbow to the face. It's an unfortunate situation because she was in the lane, just kept sliding to the left a little bit. Claire Adam at the line. 5 in, 5 out for Team Fire. One for 2 trip. And Adam will check out. Trisha Van Reenen back into the game. Zinnick directing traffic. A loose screen, then Northcott comes and sets another one. Stolen. Fight for it. Loose ball. Northcott with the handoff.
6 seconds left on the shot clock here.
Northcott's going to have to throw it up. She does. Near iron. Team Police with the rebound. Going cross court. Good movement. Looking for open looks here. Good defense by Team Fire. Dead ball. Stolen. Poirier. Working down the far side. She's going to pull it back out. Reset at the top. No hesitation on that three. That goes in and out from the hands of Ella Ambrose. Under 4 minutes left in the opening half. Looked like a glimpse of thinking about that shot from Fernley, but she decides against it. Dives, gets the pass in the lane, no good. Rebound corralled by Maisie McClure. Zinnick gets the defender to blow by, uses the glass, but doesn't see itself through. Second chance opportunity, it's good for Poirier.
There's a little bit of a team connection, if I'm not mistaken. The trifecta for the Saints.
Right. Why go away from that natural chemistry? Dribbling through a flurry of people. Fernley three off the mark. Rebound Farrell stolen by Northcott. He's got Ambrose ahead. Gives it back. Northcott finishes the play. And gives her teammate a little round of applause.
She had a tendency to do that a lot in her game as well.
Zinnick up close on the defensive side. Through contact, McClure comes away with the ball. Zinnick into the front court. It's a numbers game at this point. Zinnick with the step through. Are you kidding me?
We didn't see that earlier, but I love the
You get to play with a little more freedom in an all-star.
But I love that. I
Yeah.
love the creativity and seeing the now not the lackadaisical effort because that took effort, but it's just the innate ability to just rely on your natural talent in certain situations.
Ambrose ahead, unable to accept that pass. Last touch by Rachel Farrell, out of bounds. 5 in, 5 out. 14 Police this time. Loren Buyukaral checking in for the Fire. Poirier checks out. Coming back in is Irene Wigan as well. Northcott heads to the bench. Nice dive. Bucarall couldn't handle the inbound pass. Wigan was thinking about it. Pass intended for McClure, not there. Knock loose and unable to keep it alive. Who will be Team Fire ball. Passes, gets it to the timeline. Beatty nearly throws it away. 8 seconds on the shot clock. There's a foul there on the reach-in by Zinnick. Quickly in, good pass. Got to finish those types of plays. Second chance opportunity, no. Third chance tied up underneath by Wigan. Getting a hand on the ball. It will stay with Team Police. Wigan trying to penetrate. No, nothing there. Wigan trying to penetrate. No, nothing there. Buyukaral into traffic. Coughs it up. Going all the way to the rack. Absolutely all the way to the rack. Absolutely dismissing the defender, Sophie Beauchard, able to make it a 5-point game. Maisie McClure fouled on the way up. She'll go to the free throw line. McClure misses them both. 5 seconds left. There's Wigan being a pest. Shot not going to get off in time. It's a 5-point game at the half mark. We'll be back with second half action after this 5-minute halftime. Stick with us. Welcome back inside the Royal Crown Academic School Gymnasium. Team Fire ahead of Team Police here in the first ever G Elite Junior Division All-Star Game. JJ Evison, Sydney Holmes here with you. The Junior Championship coming up at 4 o'clock. That'll be between ONLX and PDM. Fighting to keep it alive. Adam for 3. That's no good. Team Fire ahead. Ambrose opens the scoring in the second half, gives her team the lead. In the corner shot, nothing there. Working baseline, gonna have to kick it back out, but there's a travel on the floor. Good defense there by Northcott. Quickly ahead, Team Fire running right now. The turn and the burn. 4 straight points for Fire to start the second half.
I was gonna say they're coming out firing, but that would have been too on the nose. So I'm not gonna say it.
You're just gonna say that you were gonna say it?
I was gonna say it, and I don't think it would have felt right. So no, I didn't say it, but that's what I was gonna say.
What about this then? Team Fire heating up.
See, that's what I should have said. Yeah, if I was gonna say it, I would have said it like that. Yeah.
Daphne Northcott with the 2. Deep 3 off the mark. Follow your shots. Good offensive rebounds. Claire Adam hands it off. In the lane, no good. Gets her own rebound. Jalen Mikulski will go to the free throw line. Mikulski's good on the first. The second will go through as well. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. 41-32. Team Fire ahead, coached by Alyssa Wolf. Ooh, good display of ball handling. Blocked at the top by Adam. Never give up on a play. Leaking out Northcott there to disrupt that pass. Knocked loose by Team Fire. No, knocked loose by Team Police, they're going to say. Adesanya over the timeline. Looking for a lane. Bounce pass down low and another block for Adam. Baseline out of bound. Back screen. Northcott is wide open at the wing. They find her. Adesanya now. Thought about the deep 3. Decided against it. Turned over. Extra pass is good. Can't finish the play. Team Police still have it. Working it around the perimeter. Another 3 is up. That's no good. Adesanya with the defensive rebound. But that one's knocked loose.
Adesanya, I mean, again, I know I say this is an all-star game, but she's very fast on the ball. Her defensive ability is very quick. She got the majority of the rebounds in the last 2 minutes, I would say.
Great rebounder for her position.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Here she is. She earned a shot. She takes it. Rattles in and out. Offensive rebound and another block by Adam. 3 blocks here in the third quarter from Claire Adam. It's a 3-on-1. The give and the go, and that's textbook. Roach couldn't finish the play. Here's Ambrose down the left-hand side. Dead ball. Gives it up. Another dead ball. Good cut by Northcott. A little bit of English to get that off the glass and through. Mikulski fouled on the shot attempt. No call. He keeps playing. Northcott has 2 traipsing ahead. That pass is deflected by Adam. who's got hands all over the ball here in the third quarter. 3 blocks, a couple of deflections. A turn and fire on an offensive rebound. Ninehouse brings it back to a 7-point game. Catch and shoot off the mark. Ninehouse with the defensive rebound, gives it away. Ambrose doesn't finish. Ninehouse again with the defensive rebound. Dead ball, and Ambrose touches it last. So it will stay with Team Police. Another 5 in, 5 out substitution for Drenadia Rock's team. Beauchart looking for an open person, gets it back, keeps it high, and is fouled by Adesanya. Now it's a full line change for Team Fire as well. And as predicted, we're not seeing any ONLX players or PDM players here in the second half, Sid.
I wouldn't risk it. I mean, again, it's not that this game isn't important, but the main purpose of this weekend was to come and represent yourself and win a championship, right? So it's a smart move, and we honestly expect. I would have been shocked if any of them had played over a minute to 2 minutes in this game.
Offensive rebound on the missed free throw. Police still on the hunt. Sharp from distance, no. Poirier with the rebound. Buyukaral has a lane, steps through. That's a nice one dribble kind of step through for Buyukaral. Wiggin gets the ball out of Hurt, Simon's hands. And the floater from the mid-range is good for Beauchart. Wiggin hands it off. Zinnick able to keep it alive. Back to Wiggin. Thought about it. Near side now. Poirier into some traffic and out of bounds. Baseline inbound Team Fire looking to add to their lead. It's down to 5 now. Zinnick accepts the pass, shoots it, and misses it just short. Beauchart trying to shake Wiggin. She's with her step for step. Into the corner. Attacking baseline. There's nothing there. Good team defense by the Fire. Knocked loose. Poirier. Wiggin out on the run. Ahead to Poirier. Reward the defensive effort with an offensive look. That's good team basketball. Stepping into it too, using the backboard. Van Reenen back on the board. Vinnick dumps it off. Poirier, another 2 points, 4 straight points for Poirier. And then 2 more the other way for Van Reenen. So Van Reenen and Poirier going bucket for bucket right now. Wiggin trying to turn the corner, hands it off. Zinnick gets her defender in the air, works baseline, has to kick it back out. McClure steps into the lane. Here's Wiggin. Moving back downhill, gets it to go. Irene Wiggin. Van Reenen stuck outside. The gamble doesn't pay off. The Poirier forced back to the timeline. Sopralis, no. Offensive rebound, second chance is good. Through some contact. An and one opportunity for Beauchard. The old-fashioned three-point play in an all-star game. Very rare that you see that. Rachel Farrell back into the game for Team Police. 4-point game. Fire ahead. Wiggin hands it off. Zinnick into the corner. Poirier picks up the ball. Cross-court pass. Bounce pass on the baseline. Zinnick can't complete the play. Buyukaral fighting for it. Police have it out. Duck 4. 150 left in the third quarter. Farrell, top side. In the corner, wide open. Front iron, that's no good. Another offensive rebound for the Police. Not the band, the basketball team.
Do you think any of these girls on the floor right now would know that reference?
No, probably not. That's a you and I reference.
I
Maybe
think
some
so.
viewers at home.
Potentially.
Sting and the Police. If you know, you know.
Mhm.
Wiggin takes a shot, kicks it back out. McClure back to Zinnick. Good ball movement and good body movement here from Fire. That's knocked out of bounds by the Police. Buyukaral spins into the paint. Turnover. A little miscommunication, but able to be saved. Nice back cut. Gonna have to kick it back out. No hesitation on the three shot, nor should there be from the hands of Taylor Wilton. Poirier. McClure on the far side. Picks up the dribble. Shot is up. Front iron, no good. Saved. And Team Police out on the run. There's an odd man rush if they can get to it. But Maisie McClure does a good job to knock that ball out of bounds and prevent the fast break. Good give and go. Maisie McClure on the foul will send Claire Adams to the line.
line.
27 seconds left in the third quarter. 1-point game. Fire ahead. And now we're knotted at 49. Maisie McClure brings down the rebound off the missed free throw. Into the front court. Zinnick fakes the pass. Has one to her right. It's Buyukaral. Tries to get into the paint. That pass knocked to Poirier. Poirier downhill. Back iron. No good. Quickly into the front court. Having to wait for some teammates now. 2 seconds. Shot is up. That's not going to go. And at the end of the third quarter, things are all tied at 49 apiece. Team Fire came out very quickly in that third quarter. A couple of great buckets from Northcott. The response on the other side. And now we're not at 49. And you can see the more that the game goes on, the more these players feel comfortable playing with each other.
Yeah.
5-on-5 situation.
At first, the game starts off with like a pass, cut, fill kind of scenario. And then after that, once, like you said, when they start to get more comfortable, there's screens, there's screen aways, there's more movement, there's more fluidity with the passes. And that's exactly what we saw there in the third.
The Ontario Basketball Association and Rogers and Uptown Wireless are bringing you unbeatable deals on wireless plans. As a valued OPA member, you now have access to exclusive savings on Rogers services, helping you stay connected whether you're at home on the road or courtside. Don't miss out. Visit portal.uptownwireless.ca to explore your exclusive offers and experience the power of connection with Rogers. Stay connected. Stay in the game. Powered by OBA and Rogers. 10 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter time. Tied at 49. The G Elite Junior Division All-Star Game, the first ever. We appreciate you tuning in. Following this will be the G Elite Junior Division Championship game between Ottawa Next Level and PDM, Purpose Driven Mentality. Adesanya with the floater, no good. Second chance, also no good. Police out and on the run. Pulling it back. Claire Adam has a lane to the basket. A little too strong off the backboard. End-to-end rush. And the Fire are back in front. Good steal. So 1-on-3, going the whole way, and it's the fourth block for Claire Adam in this contest. That was Ann Arbor being blocked. Quickly in, Adesanya. Quick release from Adesanya. She's got that kind of like from the hip, but release it at the shoulder. Ambrose from 3. Dead ball, no good. Off the back of the iron. Another end-to-end take that walks into an open 3, and the nylon barely moved for Jalen McAllister.
We didn't really see a lot of threes coming from her earlier in today's game, but I also think, bearing in mind that they kind of just played to what was given to them. But it's really nice to see how consistent her stroke is from beyond the arc.
Ruth Adesanya with a nice display of moves. Gets herself to the line. Coach is going back and forth here. Coach Wolf asking Coach Rock if she put her team in a zone.
Zone in an all-star game.
Don't make me call a timeout, she said.
Yeah.
Just tell them, attack the zone with a triangle offense.
Exactly.
The basics, right? Kicking it back out into the paint. Swallowed up by Ambrose. Just losing the handle was Sakiri. 5 in, 5 out. Timeout actually going to be taken now by Team Flyer head coach Wolf. We're going to see if she can draw something up to beat the zone, Sid. And we'll see whether or not it looks like a triangle offense.
That's also the, it's so simple sometimes that it's like the best unkept secret, because everyone knows about the triangle offense beating a zone, but no one really ever runs it. They always try to find other ways. But that's just always the tried and true option.
It just comes down to math at that point. When you hit that, you know, the tip of the triangle that's kind of at the elbow,
Yep.
and everybody else is moving, your zone's not really moving with it. So then you get a 3-on-2 on the far side. You can take advantage there. Or if no one's going with the cutter, it's an easy basket at the rim.
And maybe it's just me, but it doesn't feel like we have a combined total of 105 points. But there's been it just doesn't feel like we've had as many baskets scored, but like that's not a small feat for both teams to crack 50.
Well, you know why it feels that way? Because it's not one player doing it all. Or
Fair
two
enough.
players doing it all.
It's a team effort.
Up and down this lineup right now, almost everybody who's touched the floor has gotten on the score sheet.
That's a good point.
Out of the timeout, turned over by the police. 1-point game, Fire back in front. Adesanya looking for some movement. Keeps, and that pass intended for the corner, intercepted by Fernley. We got a jump ball. It'll stay with the police. Ambrose has a tough time sticking with Sopralis. Flurry perimeter, finds the ball on the near wing with a step and a hook shot. The bounce doesn't go. It's going to stay with the police. Van Reenen and Fernley had a good look there. Baseline inbounds, got to get it in at 5. They do. Fernley downhill, kicking it back out. Moving back into the paint. The floater is good from Sopralis. Ambrose, extra pass, Northcott, 3, rattles in and out. Transition opportunity here for Team Police. Stolen by Adesanya. They try and lead her. That's a tough pass, tough expectation to finish that. Way to follow up the play. There are Benz. Good job sticking with it. Unable to penetrate into the painted area. The Police on a dive, a give and go, fouled Sophie Beauchart. Foul goes on Ruth Adesanya. Miss on that side. Fire out. It's Ambrose. Giving it up to Northcott. Right back to Ambrose. Thought about it. Moves into the paint. The floater off 1 foot. Hello.
Solid effort from not only obviously Team Fire coming out swinging, but Team Police as well. They're both neck and neck with each other. Just a 3-point differential.
Been quite back and forth all game. Maybe in this fourth quarter, it'll come down to 1 or 2 players that, do start to pick it up and feel like they have the hot hand. Ashley Armstrong will go to the line. PDM and OLNX getting back into the gym ahead of their championship game coming up at 4 o'clock.
We also see the PDM girls that were on Team Police heading over to their team now. They're switching jerseys. That's what it looks like.
Northcott with the defensive rebound off the missed free throw. Ambrose into the front court. Walks into a 3. Off the glass and through. Lead is up to 6.
What is with all these banked threes?
I don't know. Ever since, like I said, banking went online, it's 24/7, 365.
But in my mind, and maybe this is just me, I always used to think that banked threes were the hardest things in the world.
You know what's interesting? Like, using the glass is definitely essential from the side.
Mm-hmm.
When learning free throws, I used to use the glass and that kind of square on the back of the glass to just center myself. I think it's just because, it looks so much prettier when you don't use the glass that people practice that way.
Yeah.
But it's there for a reason. It's got that square on it. You can play with the angles, right?
True. Yeah, if you hit center in that circle, it's going in every single time. I always just thought, though, from beyond the arc, and again, this is just mainly because I'm not like a shooter, it just always felt like if I was doing a bank 3, it was like a chest pass from beyond the arc. Like I'm pushing more than shooting.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I hear you. Lots of perimeter movement. Looking for a good look. Nothing yet. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Good D from Fire. Wiggin with a hand in the passing lane. Feet moving. Blocked. And out of bounds. I told you, she's tenacious on the defensive side.
Her timing is what's so crucial for her on defense as well.
Second shot's got to get off, and it doesn't. Fire ahead by 4. Cause a shot clock violation. Zinnick Over the timeline, into the corner. Wiggin for 3. A little strong. Farrell tries to find the lane for herself. Nothing's there. Loose ball. Stays with police. Burnley gives it up. Turning the corner is Beauchard, who has to turn back. Wiggin with the steal in the front court with 1 to beat. Right into the body. A little too strong. I think she was expecting. And another hit in the face. Wiggin, that's the second time now she's taken an errant hand to the chops. Under 4 minutes to play, 4-point game. Police looking for something and someone to bring them back into it. Team Fire doing a good job of suffocating. Suffocating defense by the Fire. No lanes to penetrate into the paint for police. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Quickly in. Farrell working down the right-hand side. Good defense by Maisie McClure. The pass is good. The shot is better. Ava.
The police are doing a fantastic job of not giving up on that rotation, even when the shot clock is dwindling. But there's not much you can do to counteract that 3.
Nearly touched the tiles on the ceiling from Poirier. And going to the free throw line for a look at 2 with the clock stopped. Down 4.
And now to Toronto, make your rotation.
Rachel Farrell will be joined by 4 new team police members. The 5th waiting for the free throws before coming on the court. To make it a 1-possession game, rattles in and out. Bucurall with a head up, looking for somebody who's got an open lane. Claire Adam, another deflection, and she's been unbelievable in this game on the defensive side.
Good cut.
Good find, good finish by Farrell. Irene Wiggin kicks it back out. Zinnick thought about it. Working to the left. Here's Bucurall. Picks up the dribble. Far side, Poirier. Wiggin wide open on the right. Poirier just walks into a 2, not there. Bucurall fighting with Farrell for the rebound, and it will go the way of police, stuck to 2:27. And Ninehouse checks in to replace Farrell. Here's Adam over the timeline, hands it off. Ninehouse. Claire Adam into the corner. Baseline, stepping through. 3 is up, and it's good, uncontested for Lydia Roach. Irene Wiggin gets it right back. Finds Zinnick. McClure right back to Zinnick. Good ball movement. Wiggin shoots. Back iron. Claire Adam tries to find a teammate. That's going to stay with police. Underneath, Roach kicks it back out. Good defense by Wiggin to prevent that. Second chance. Claire Adam gives it up. Mikulski. Adam. That's a shot clock violation.
Tie game now. I mean, for the majority of this game, the Fire kind of held on to that lead. but slowly and surely the police have been able to kind of chip away at it. So again, and just like kind of how you coined it at the beginning, JJ, it's a battle to the finish with both of these teams.
Steele out on the run. Wilton dumps it off. Mikulski unable to finish. Wigan with the defensive rebound. Fire with a chance to take the lead. Zinnik gives it up. Poirier back to the far side. Buyukaral keeps it alive. Wigan keeps it alive. Underneath, McClure. Buyukaral, extra pass. Poirier blocked on the backside. Shot clock violation. The third of the game. Thought for a second there they were going to get it off just in time.
The timing on that block, though, was perfect.
Unbelievable. Under 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Next basket potentially could be the winner. Mikulski, top side picked up by McClure. Uses the screen. Traded onto by Wigan. Wigan does a good job staying walled up. Mikulski misses. Zinnik with the rebound. Slight difference. Shot clock, game clock. Poirier wants to be the hero. Block again. You just can't go into the body of Claire Adams. She will dismiss that shot attempt.
We have a timeout call here for Team Fire. Naturally, they're going to be drawing up an out-of-bounds play. If it were you, who would be your option?
You got to give yourself...
Would you go natural? Okay, so let me ask you this way. Would you go for the big or would you go for a shot option or kind of what would be your preference?
I would drop a play where the inbounder gets it to the weak corner, and as soon as that passes in, they got to go to the far corner, right? I want to see, there's two options from that, where if your big is inside with position, you can get it inside on a bounce pass or maybe over the top. If not, swing, extra pass, no hesitation shot. I don't, it's a 3, step in for 2, whatever. But you got to give yourself some options. And so for me, you got to watch the inbounder.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I will say as well, the inbounder is naturally always the one that's kind of left to the wayside. People tend to forget about the inbounder. But if you can get a screen on ball, have them cut to the side, and that's your shooter, wide open shot.
Crazy McClure, Beren Buyukaral, Poirier, Wigan, and Zinnik. It'll be McClure to trigger. They're going to go in a line formation. So trying to create some confusion for the defense on a flurry of moves and switches. Wigan has to accept it back near the timeline. Still plenty of time. Zinnik far side. Here's Wigan. Inside, Poirier wide open, sees it through. Still time on the clock for police. Down low. Shots missed. 1.7. Last touch by Fire. So an inbound catch and shoot opportunity. Oh no, they're going to say it's on Fire. Fire's got it. Wigan in the front court. That's gain. Shots up. Team Fire come away with the first ever G Elite Junior Division All-Star Games victory. And really, I mean, if you're going player of the game, it's got to be the one who scored the winning bucket, Brielle Poirier from the Tecumseh Saints.
I will say, nothing better than a 2-point margin, especially for an All-Star game. Setting us off beautifully into the finals that we have here, too. Fantastic showing from all the women today.
Championship game, ONLX taking on PDM. 4 o'clock tip-off here from the Royal Crown Gymnasium. Stick with us. We will have that coming for you after the short break.